Jnanakosha, Puranas.
सर्गच्च प्रतिसर्गच्च वंशो मन्वन्तराणि च वंशानुचरितं चैव पुराणं पञ्चलक्षणम्.
Vamana Purana. Introduction. Narada asked sage Pulitya about Vamana incarnation. Vamana Purana is one of the 18 Puranas written by sage Vyasa. It contains tales pertaining to Lord Vishnu in his Vamana, dwarf incarnation. Sage Pulitya, while giving answers to Narada's inquiry, narrates the tale of Vamana Purana. All the Puranas give glimpses of Indian civilization and culture, and Vamana Purana is no exception. It also teaches the virtues of righteousness and righteousness, Vamana Purana and religiousness. Vamana Purana not only contains the divine tales of Naranarayana and goddess Durga, but it also contains tales of famous devotees like Prahalada, the salvation of Gajendra, elephant. Sage Narada asked Pulitya, O revered sage, why did Sri Hari take the incarnation of Vamana? Why did Prahalada fight a battle with the deities despite being a devotee of Lord Vishnu? How did Sati, Daksha Prajapati's daughter, become Mahadeva's consort in her next birth? I am eager to know the answers to all these questions. Pulitya replied, O Narada, once Sati requested Lord Shankara to make arrangements for a permanent abode. All the time Lord Shankara had his abode at Mandara mountain. Summer season was approaching and Sati quite rightly had apprehensions of living in the open. Lord Shankara told her that as he was a recluse, he never left a need of a permanent dwelling. Though Sati was not satisfied by his answers, yet she kept quiet. This way both of them continued to live there. The summer seasons had passed and now it was the turn of rainy season to arrive. Sati made the same request to Lord Shankara. This time Lord Shankara told her that it was impossible for him to construct a house as he had no wealth. He also told her that he had only a tiger skin as his clothing, the king cobra his sacred thread, Padma and Pingal snakes his earring, and Keval and Dhananjaya as his amulets. After hearing this, Sati became worried as to how she would pass the rainy season without a home. Lord Shankara then assured her that this problem would be easily solved if she lived above the clouds. This way she would remain untouched by the showers. After this, both of them ascended towards the sky and started living above the clouds. From that day onwards, Lord Shankara came to be known as Jiva Bhuta Vahana, one whose vehicle is the cloud. Tales of Lord Shiva. Daksha performs a grand yajna. Pulitya says, this way both Shiva and Sati lived above the clouds till the end of rainy season. When autumn season arrived, both decided on returning to Mandara mountain. Daksha had organized a grand yajna in which he had invited all the prominent deities and sages except his own son-in-law, Shankar, and his daughter Sati. Narada was surprised as to why Maheshwara, the Lord of all splendors, was not invited by Daksha. He was also curious to know why Lord Shankara had become a Kapali. Pulitya told him that during the period of final annihilation, Lord Vishnu, after waking up from his sleep, found a divine entity who possessed 3 eyes, who had a trident in his hand, and who wore a Rudraksha garland around his neck. Lord Vishnu then created ego, which had its evil effects on both Brahma and Shankara. Lord Shiva, in his arrogance, asked Brahma his identity and origin. Lord Brahma then arrogantly asked Shankara his identity. This way, a dispute ensued that later on turned into a fight in which Brahma defeated Shankara. Lord Shiva severed two of the five heads of Lord Brahma, but the second head fell and got stuck on Lord Shiva's left palm. Angrily, Lord Brahma created a terrific creature which challenged Shankara and ridiculed him by saying that as he, Shankara, was a sinner, therefore he would not dirty his hands by killing him. Lord Shankara was ashamed of himself. He went to Badrik Ashram and requested Lord Vishnu for some alms. Lord Vishnu asked Shankara to hit on Vishnu's left arm. Shankara hit Vishnu's left arm, which his trident, and the impact resulted in the creation of three streams. The first stream went up in the sky and established itself as Akashaganga. The second one was Mandakini, which was received by sage Atri. The third stream fell on the skull, which was stuck in Lord Shankara's left palm. This resulted in the manifestation of divine child who was ferocious and well armed with bow and arrow. Shankara instructed him to kill that creature which was created by Brahma. A tremendous duel was fought between them, which was inconclusive for thousands of divine years. Atonement of Lord Shankara. Lord Shiva had committed a grave sin by Brahmahatya. All his efforts of separating Brahma's skull from his left palm went in vain. In the meantime, an entity named Brahmahatya appeared before him and entered into his body. Lord Shankara decided to go to Badriyashram to atone for his sins. After reaching there, he became worried when he did not find Lord Vishnu. He went to take bath in river Yamuna, but as soon as he entered the river, the water dried up. They experienced this strange phenomena at the Saraswati river as well. He then made pilgrimages to numerous sacred and holy places, but still did not become free from Brahmahatya. Dejected, he ultimately went to Kurukshetra, where he found Sri Narayana and requested him to free him from the sins of Brahmahatya. Lord Vishnu advised him to go on pilgrimage to Varanasi, where he would be liberated from his sins. Following Vishnu's instructions, Lord Shankara went to Varanasi and visited all the sacred sites like Daksha Deva temple, Lorakaka temple and Keshava temple. While he was worshipping Keshav, he said, "Though I have become liberated from my sins, yet I fail to understand the reason why this skull still sticks in my hand." Keshav told him that his problems would be solved if he takes a bath in the lake which was near the temple. Lord Shankara took a bath in that lake and ultimately the skull fell on the ground. The place where the skull had fallen later on became famous as Kapala Moksha. Sati gives up her life. Sage Pulasya says, "O Narada, this way Lord Shiva became famous as Kapali. This was the reason why Daksha did not invite him. In the meantime, Jaya, sage Gautama's daughter, went to see Sati at Mandar mountain. Seeing her alone, Sati asked about her two sisters, Jayanti and Aparajita. Jaya revealed to her that both of them had gone to their maternal grandfather, Daksha Yajna. Jaya also told her that all the deities had been invited to the yajna. When Sati heard this, she was grieved and angry with her father. In a fit of rage, she gave up her life. Seeing her lifeless body, Jaya started wailing. Lord Shiva arrived there, and upon hearing Jaya's wails asked her why Sati was lying on the ground. Jaya then narrated the whole story. Lord Shankara became so infuriated that it resulted in the creation of numerous ganas, among whom Veerbhadra was the most prominent one. Lord Shiva, accompanied by the ganas, went to the site where Daksha was performing the yajna. A tremendous battle ensued between them and the deities, and finally the deities were overpowered and ran away from the site. Veerbhadra, finding the time opportune, entered the oblation site. When the deities saw him entering the oblation site, they returned and tried to prevent him from doing so. Again, an intense battle erupted between both the sides. The deities used all kinds of weapons, but they could not control the onslaught of Veerbhadra and fled. Veerbhadra then went near the sacrificial fire. The sages were terrified and ran towards Lord Vishnu, who attacked Veerbhadra with arrows, but it did not hurt him at all. Vishnu then attacked him with other divine weapons, but still Veerbhadra succeeded in neutralizing those weapons. Vishnu was enraged and attacked him with his Sudarshana Chakra that Veerbhadra swallowed. This angered Lord Vishnu further. He lifted Veerbhadra and, dashing him to the ground, pressed Veerbhadra's stomach, as a result of which the Sudarshan Chakra came out from his mouth. But Lord Vishnu spared Veerbhadra's life. Veerbhadra then went to Lord Shiva and narrated his awful tale of defeat. Lord Shiva instructed Veerbhadra to leave for a safer heaven and himself went to oblation site accompanied by Bhadrakali. The sages became scared on seeing his terrifying appearance. The destruction of Daksha's yajna. Fearing Lord Shiva's wrath, Lord Vishnu went to Rishikesh and remained aloof for quite some time. Shiva's anger generated so much heat that it was enough to melt the 8 Vasus. As a result, a river named Sita started flowing from there. After being attacked by Lord Shiva, the deities fled from the sea. Lord Shiva then opened his third eye and furiously looked at the flame burning in the Havan Kund. The next moment the fire went off. Even Yajna was terrified and he took the aerial route in the guise of a deer. Lord Shiva chased him in the appearance of Kal with a bow and arrow named Pashupat. In the end, Kal was successful in killing the deer, which was Yajna in reality. After his death, Yajna's body was established among the stars. After narrating the tale of destruction of Daksha's Yajna, sage Pulasya then goes on to tell Narada that the names of the zodiacs have been given just according to their appearance. For example, Aries mesh appears like a ram. Similarly, Taurus, Vrishabh appeared like an ox, and so on.